Hi friends, your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host and Chaos.
Joanny, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
Alright friends, today we are recapping Drag Race Philippines Slaysian Royale episodes 1, 2, and 3. It is a jam-packed episode for you because of course we had to jump on the Drag Race Philippines Slaysian Royale bandwagon. We're here, y'all. But before we even get into this episode, make sure you head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/nomamthepodcast. Subscribe, become a patron, become a friend, join the friend group. It's only $5, and your support means the world to us. It helps us be able to create more content for you so that we can stay unhinged, uncoordinated, all the uns. Go over there, subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/nomamthepodcast.
Unmedicated, undiagnosed, uncut. I don't know. All the uns, like you said.
All the uns, yes. I don't know about uncut though.
All the
I don't
uns.
know. Maybe if the girls like that. Okay, so let's get into it. Those of you who are new here, Drag Race Philippines decided that they are going to have their version of an All-Stars and also their version of like a Versus the World. But being in true Drag Race Philippines fashion, they did something really different. And what they did is they just highlighted the wonderfulness that is Asian drag. And they are highlighting from multiple countries across the world. And I think it is the greatest thing that they possibly did. So shout out to Drag Race Philippines for doing this because we get to see fan favorites like Venus Deluxe, Yuha, Suki Doll, Something Wong, Madam Yoko, Siam Pushri, Kitty Space, Kiana with a K, Brigidine, Ivory Glaze, Bernie, Arizona Brandy. So now, before we even get into the entrance looks, who are you so excited for?
I think the one I am most excited for is Bernie. Or at least going into the season. I loved her on her original season. And I really think she could take it. She came so close last time. But I love every single one of them. Obviously, I'm really excited to see Suki and what she brings to the runway. Yua is so funny. I want to see her in a comedy challenge. Like there's not one queen here that I was like, ooh, I don't want to see them back, or that I was unhappy to see.
Oh, I have to say that I'm so excited for Brigidine to come back. I loved her first season. I thought she was great. I was so devastated when she got eliminated. I felt like she got eliminated too soon. Obviously, you know, I'm a stand for Bernie. Love Bernie. Love Bernie down. I feel like she could have went all the way. Uh, Obviously, you know, duh. I loved Venus Deluxe. Like, come on now. We get to have Venus back on our television screens.
Venus.
Like, we get to see that. Yes, we get to see that big ass mouth again. Like, who doesn't love Venus's
Bitch,
mouth? Like, come on.
I was about to say that. I was literally about to say that. I was like Venus and her big ass mouth. And we mean that in the best way possible, girl.
Best way. It is part of Venus's brand, and we love that for her. Like, that's
Yes.
great. And also, Ivory
Mm-hmm.
Glaze, right? I think Ivory Glaze is someone that, you know, we talked about in Drag Race Down Under, but to see her come back to this season and get a different edit, I think is great. So, all right, let's jump into it. So we're going to talk about the entrance looks. So up first, we have Suki Doll. What did you think of her entrance?
Yes, fucking ma'am. I mean, it's Suki Doll. She never disappoints. But I really love this because it has given me very much Mugler. I hate the color green, but I love this outfit. I love the hair. I love the sleeves. I love the different fabrics. The way she accessorized it with those headpieces in her hair, feathers, whatever they were, whatever you want to call them. I don't give a fuck. I love it. I love this look. I can't wait to see more of what she brings on the runway. She's the one I'm most excited to see on the runway.
Yeah, I agree. I gave Suki Doll a yes ma'am as well. I liked this. I thought it was simple but yet very effective. I think she came to the competition and showed everybody that she is the fashion queen, and the girls need to understand that Suki Doll is going to bring the fashion. And so she
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to do anything over the top, but she still made this work. And you know, green is my favorite color, even though you hate green. I love green, so she gets extra points for that.
I hate green. I hate green.
I know you do.
I'm very much Michelle Visage. I hate green.
You really do. You really do. But speaking of someone who's not green, let's go over to Something Wong. What did you think of her entrance?
This was something wrong. I mean, I don't think it's a bad look necessarily. I just think, I don't know, maybe it needed some more accessories or a different styling. Maybe a shoulder moment would have elevated this look. I just think it's a little simple, especially compared to what some of the other girls wore. What I do kind of like was the messy wig. Usually I don't like a messy wig, but I think for something Wong, it made sense. So for me, this is like a meh.
Okay. I gave this a meh as well because for something Wong to come out with this, obviously she's playing on like the tropes of, the typical Asian. And so I get that. I just didn't like it because I was like, no, this is your introduction. And you came out and did like a caricature. So I get why she did what she did. But overall, I feel like if she's going to go for it, go for it. I think it just was missing some things. So that's why I was a meh.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, honestly.
Okay. Then we have Bernie. What did you think?
Bernie. I love Bernie. And y'all know, I just said that. I love Bernie. I don't know. This is not my aesthetic. Like this kind of like very, very cutesy, very like pink is not something that I would go for or that I particularly like. I wanted her to come out in something very grand, very royal, something that says, bitch, I am the queen to beat. And this wasn't that. I don't know. It was just, for me, it was a no, ma'am. But it's not my aesthetic at all.
I gave it a meh for Bernie. It was different. I was not expecting Bernie to come out like this. So I'm like, wait, I'd never seen Bernie with like this Harajuku inspired anime thing. So I was confused, but it wasn't a bad look. I just didn't expect it to come from Bernie. So that's why I was like, okay, meh.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Again, like I said, for me, it's not my aesthetic. And I was like, I wanted something different for Bernie, but I appreciate that she tried something different.
True. Okay. And then we have Yuha, formerly Hamasaki, but she dropped the Hamasaki for just branding purposes. She wants to be fresh. So what did you think about Yuha?
I think this is like a cute look, but for me, this like, and I appreciate that, you could see the culture behind it. I just feel like this isn't a look you walk into like a world stage for. Like this is like a look you wear back at your home bar to do a lipstick number. It's really cute. I love the hair. I think she looks great. I just wanted something more, something bigger, something more draggy from her. So for me, this is a meh.
I agree. This is also a meh, especially coming from Yuha, who can sew, and we know that she can design some clothes. And then she gave us this look. I get it. She played on the comedy. I understand. But at this point, I'm like, girl, this is the first of its kind. Like, show up and show out.
That's very much that. Y'all need to give them a reason for them to make a second season and a third and a fourth and a fifth. Like show the fuck out. But it was a cute look. It's just
Correct.
I expected more.
Same. Okay. Then we have Arizona Brandy. What did you think?
This was like it's a very soft man for me. It's cute. I like the silhouette. It's different, or like the shaping of it. I think she looks very beautiful. It's very Womana. It's giving fish. I think she looks great. I love those legs. Shoes are cute. Um, it's a cute look. It's just again, I wanted something bigger. I wanted to clutch my pearls, and I didn't.
I also gave this a soft ma'am too. This is, we're back to being in sync with our ratings. So I gave this a soft ma'am because I enjoyed it. I like Arizona Brandy. I think her face looked amazing. I think overall this is a really cute look for Arizona, especially because she could be a little campy and a little quirky and a little outside the box sometimes. The fact that she reeled it in, great. Next up, we have Kitty Space. What did you think of Kitty Space?
I also gave this a soft mem. I think it's a cute look. It's definitely very on brand for Kitty and her aesthetic. I like the wig. I like all these spikes coming out of the different parts of the dress. You know what I'm going to say about the color. I hate this color. Maybe if it was like a light purple, I think I would have really enjoyed this, or like a pink. But she looks cute. For me, it's just like a very soft ma'am.
I also gave this a soft ma'am too. I felt like this was really basic. Yes, there is some elements of this that I think is great, like the tassels and all that stuff. It's great. It's a brand for Kitty Space, yes, but I just felt hungry, and I'm like, I want more, and they didn't give me more, and so I was like, oh, damn it. Okay,
Right. Very much that.
okay. Then we have Venus Deluxe. What did you think?
I so I had one really big problem with this look, and it was that wig. I really did not like that wig, that hard front. It just distracted me so much. I love Venus. She's one of my favorite queens. I think the dress was interesting. Appreciate what she tried to do. For me, it's like a meh. I like the wings, the dragon wings, but honestly, that wig was a hot mess for me. But I love Venus, and I felt bad saying that.
I gave this a no, ma'am, because I didn't get the look. I was so confused. I didn't understand what the wings came from. I didn't get the look. And I'm like,
I
I don't know.
I think she was trying to do something like with the dragon. That's kind of what I took it as. Because if like in a lot of Asian cultures, there's just like dragons involved. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. But I don't know why the wings were coming out of her titties, or was it a heart that they were coming out of? I don't remember.
I don't know because I was just confused as to the look altogether because it had, it looked like, when you go get Chinese food,
Mm-hmm.
the design that the Chinese food box comes in? Like if you get
Yes.
like sides of like fried rice or something?
Mm-hmm.
No shade, but it has those designs on the dress.
Okay, I can see that. I think that might be a very New Yorker thing, though. I don't know if everybody around the world is gonna understand that. So you might want to add a picture of that.
Yes, I'll put that on what I'm talking about. But like yes, because I normally get like fried rice and like a little side, and it comes in this white container, this white carton, and it has like it looked like pagodas. That's what it looks like. But then these look kind of like that's what it's giving me. But it just may be me because I get that pattern and then I also get the dragons. And it's a lot of stuff that was going on. And then the flat wig, it was a lot that was happening with this look, and I was just confused.
Yeah, that wig was. You're better than that, Venus.
But the face looked great.
Always.
Face looked amazing. And then we have Kiana with the K. What did you think?
Speaking about face looks amazing. Kiana, that mug, that wig, that hair, I love it. The actual outfit, I think was cute. I like the color. For me, this is a yes ma'am, but I think what made it a yes ma'am was the way she sewed it and the way she accessorized it, not necessarily the actual outfit itself. I just think it's been seen before, but it's cute. I wanted more from Kiana.
Okay, I can see that. I also gave Kiana a yes, ma'am. I liked it. I like that she get this like edgy rocker because I think that's what she's leaning into now from her season. I think that Kiana's still trying to like carve out a niche for herself, and so I think this evolution of her is really good, and we get to see that. So I really liked seeing this edgier rocker side of Kiana.
Yeah. Again, I think for me the way she accessorized it and sold the garment is what really made me like it. That hair, I love that hair. I don't want the hair. I could pull that hair off, but I love that hair.
Agreed. It's the hair is good. Okay, then we have Ivory Glaze. What did you think?
I didn't get what she was trying to do, honestly. Like it just looked like she was rolling around in like a Muppet factory. I don't know. For me, this was a no, ma'am. I think she looked beautiful from the neck up. I actually did like the silhouette of the dress, but all those things on it, I was just confused, honestly. But she looked beautiful.
I gave it a soft ma'am because oddly enough, I did like this. I
Not us
know.
starting to disagree already.
I know, but oddly enough, I actually really enjoyed it. Let me not say really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. It's something about this that I liked. Maybe, I don't know, but she was giving me down under and I liked it.
She was definitely giving down under with this. No shade, but no. I think she looked really beautiful from the neck up.
Okay. But she got a soft man for me. I enjoyed it. Next, we have Brigadine. What did you think?
We've seen this before, but it's a yes, ma'am, because she looks very beautiful. The way she accessorized it, everything about it, she looks so grand, but like simple at the same time. I don't know. There's something so simplistic yet so beautiful about this look. I love this. It's a yes man for me.
Brigandine got an over for me. It may just because I'm really biased and I love Brigandine, but I really enjoyed this look. Yeah, we've seen it before. I get it. It's like Marilyn Monroe, like, okay, cool, like old Hollywood glamour. But I really enjoyed it. I thought she looks good. To me, this gives me entrance look on a season like this, right? Kind of like an All-Stars of Versus the World. And that is what I wanted. I wanted to see, like, bitch, I'm here. You wanted me here. Here you go.
Yeah. This is also honestly not something I would have expected to see Brigading in. At least from what I remember on her season, on her original season. So I was very pleasantly surprised.
Same, but in a good way. Okay, then we have Madame Yoko. What did you think?
Girl, keep that bag closed and just turn around. Don't even unpack. No. I thought it was cute. It just meh is literally the only word I can think for it.
I give this a no, ma'am. I see what she was trying to go for because she's traveling. It's a whole bunch of stuff in this story, and I get it. And for that, she gets in like A plus for me in terms of like, concept and overall like theme. But it was just very pedestrian for me, and I just wanted more.
Super. Yeah, I agree.
And then last but not least, we have Siam Pushri, who it's funny because she could not get her whole entrance line out. She just was struggling with the entrance line. And the girls was like, girl, get it together, sis. But with all that aside, what did you think of her look?
Meh. Honestly, I didn't fully understand it. I thought there was just kind of a lot going on. Those shoes need to be set on fire. I'm sorry. I hated those shoes. But I think she looked gorgeous. Like the makeup was great. I think it was just a lot going on at once.
Yeah, she got a soft ma'am for me. I didn't understand it, but it was a lot going on, but it still looked intricate. A lot of detail went into that look. And so I said, you know what? Yes, I'm still going to give her a soft ma'am, but it wasn't my fave.
Not at all.
All right. So episode 1, it is the Miss Shutacca Pageant for apparently it's the Slaysian edition of Miss Shutacca. I know what you're thinking. A pageant. That means 3 separate looks. We're not going to go through all the looks. We're just going to talk about the first looks because I don't think that the transformation looks, I don't think they were successful.
You could say that again. Yeah, we could just get into the looks, girl.
Yeah, I don't think they were successful. So we're only going to give you the first looks because they were more successful.
Shade of it.
They were. No shade. They were more successful. All right, first up, we have Siam Pushri. What did you think of her look?
Who's this? Okay, for Siam, I appreciate what she tried to do, but like what I said with the entrance look, I think it's just a lot. I love the rainbow headpiece. I like the silhouette. It was just a lot going on, girl. Like the badge, everything. It was just so much. So for me, this was a no, ma'am.
I agree. I gave this a no, ma'am as well because I wanted it to be about her. And she gave me more about, well, Thailand legalized, same-sex marriage. And so I'm like, yes, I think it's great. Like, thank you for bringing that to the stage. I think it's a wonderful concept. And then she brought the badge of Thailand. But I just wanted for her to show me where she's from. Give me that. But she gave me everything else besides that. I'm not knocking it. I still think it's great. But I didn't get to know who she was from the look.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
I don't want people to come for me in the comments, but I was just like, I just didn't get, I wanted more personality from the look, but I got everything else that was happening around than getting a personality from Siam. So that's just me.
I see what you mean.
Okay, good. Just make sure. All right, then we have Kiana with the K. What did you think?
For me, this is a yes, ma'am. I think she looks beautiful in a very eerie kind of way. I don't know. I like the idea behind this. I definitely get it. I love the horns being hair. I think she looks great. I think this is one of the few times where this type of male kind of bodybuilding bodysuit look actually works. Because I feel like sometimes it looks really costumey. I really enjoyed this one.
I also gave it a yes, ma'am. I think she looked great. I also thought it was good as a concept to bring I think this is either an ox or a bull into the runway as part of Filipino heritage. I was like, yes, do something different. Go outside the box, right? Be creative, be original, be unique. And Kiana did that. And for that, chef kiss. Okay. Next up, we have Brigadine. What did you think?
Over, 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 over. I love this. She looks beautiful. She looks amazing. I love that the material that she used with this. I love all the detailing that went into this. That hat is insane. It is insane how she did that, or whoever did it. I don't know who the designer was, but props to them. They deserve all the praise. This look is amazing.
With everything you just said. This is an absolute over. Brigadine looks amazing. The silhouette of this dress is amazing. I don't know how many times I could say amazing, but I'm going to say it again. Amazing. This is so good.
Yeah, I miss Brigading. It's so far in one episode is bringing it.
Bringing it. All right. Then we have Kitty Space. What did you think of Kitty Space's look?
I think it's a soft ma'am. I think she looks great. She looks good. I don't really know enough about France to be like, oh, okay, yes, this is giving like hometown. But I think she looked good. So for me, it's a soft ma'am.
Yeah, I think she was trying to bring in a lot of different things together. So I got Moulin Rouge at first because I was like, okay, that's from bottom down, gave me Moulin Rouge, which is like Paris, Parisian, fashion. I think that's what she's going to. And then the top gave me like windmills, which is very Holland. And I'm like, okay, so I guess she's trying to, I don't know, but it was a lot of things that's happening. So I gave it a soft ma'am just because there was a lot of different cultures coming together on the look. And I was a little disconnected. So I don't think the top and the bottom went together. All right, next we have Yuha. What did you think?
So right now, I think everyone who's living in the US is kind of going through some very traumatic, moments. So when she came out with this particular color set, I was like, ooh, no ma'am. No ma'am. But it's not her fault that I have this, kind of guttural response to seeing that color palette coming down the runway. I really, really, really loved her hair. It's given me very much like 80s, 80s mom. Like that's what our moms used to wear. I think she looks beautiful. I think she looks gorgeous. I think it's a dress. For me, it's a yes, ma'am.
Okay. I also gave it a yes, ma'am. I think overall the silhouette is great. I think it's a really great dress. It's very intricate. And I think it does a great job at melding her American heritage with her Chinese heritage together. And I think she did a good job with that. So I give her yes, ma'am for it. And then we have Venus Deluxe. What did you think?
I I think it's cute. I I really like the top portion of this. I love the fabric or the materials that were used for it. I love how it's sheer and see through. I didn't really like the bottom. It was more of the pattern that was used or the pattern of the fabric. I really didn't enjoy. But I think she looked really beautiful coming down that runway. So for me, it's a soft ma'am.
Okay, I give it a meh. I didn't really do for me. I don't know. It wasn't. I was underwhelmed by the look. So I get it. It was a good look. Don't get me wrong. I was just a little underwhelmed, and I just wanted to have a little umph to it. And it might have been just the color pattern, like the color palette. I don't think it was just like it didn't scream out to me. So I was like, okay, good look, but just very meh. Right, yeah. And then we have something wrong. What did you think?
I actually enjoyed this. Was it simple? Yes. But I instantly knew what she was trying to do. Like this really did give me back like England vibes. Like I don't know, just when she came out, I was like, oh yeah, this bitch is from England. I love the hat she had on. I like the way she styled this. Was it simple? Yes. Was it just a bodysuit? Yes. But I think she looked good. So yes, ma'am, for me.
It to me, I gave it a soft ma'am only because I didn't fully get her screaming out as if this is like British heritage. It's elements of this, yes, right? The coat, the newspaper. There, if you dissect it, it's there. But first look, and sometimes that's kind of like the only chance you have is the first impression. I didn't get that from this.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But if I take it a second, like another glance to it, yeah, I can do the elements of it. It's all together. The elements is there. It's very patterned and bare and all that stuff. Like, yes, it's great. We see it, and I get she's transient. She's like going through all like the different journeys in her life. Yeah, all that stuff is great. It just didn't read on a runway.
Yeah. I can see what you mean by that. I do love that she was bedazzled from like head to toe though. I love that. You know I love a bedazzled moment.
Same. Yeah. All right. And then we have Madame Yoko. What did you think?
Madam Noko. This was just not dragged up enough for me. And I did not like the way it fit around like the lower half of her body. I think it was a really awkward fit. It just needed something to make it drag. I don't think it's necessarily a bad look. It was just boring to me, honestly, and ill-fitting.
This is a no, ma'am. I don't know what else to say about it. I didn't like it at all. It was bad. That's it. That's all I can say. It's like I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it was bad. It was not my fave. Then we have Bernie. What did you think of Bernie's look?
Titties, bitch. Fucking titties. I think this is a yes, ma'am. I think she looks great. She looks gorgeous. I love all the detailing on this. I love the back piece, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I think she looks great. She looks beautiful. I love the color scheme. This is a yes, man, for me. And also those heels. I don't know how she was walking in those.
Yes. Well, I think it's also because Bernie is short, and for some reason, short people love like really like big heels because it makes them elongate and it makes them tall, so they feel like taller.
Gaga.
Besides that, yes, they love tall, like they love to be tall, which is makes sense. But this look, I gave it a yes, ma'am. I thought it was really great. I think it's cultural. I think she hit it right in the head for what like her hometown is, like Filipino culture. I think she's great. She looks good. She looks regal. Everything looks great. So then let's move over to Ivory Glade. What did you think of Ivory Glade's look?
This was a meh. It like so when she was coming down the runway, it didn't give me down under at all. I was like, oh, this is a really nice dress. It's really well made. It's a very beautiful black gown. She looks great. I didn't get Australia from this at all. And then even when she turned around and you see, oh, she's supposed to be a Black Widow, I'm like, okay, but I felt like it was a very like flash moment where like if you didn't see it right away, you would kind of miss it. So for me, this was just a meh. She looked beautiful and it's a great dress. It's just I think it could have been a little bit better executed.
I gave it a meh because I didn't get the Black Widow reference. I didn't get it. I also didn't get it until you just told me right now, and I still didn't see it. And I was like, wow, I need to go back and watch the first episode because I didn't see it.
It was because the diamonds or whatever you call the Black Widow shape, whatever that thing is called. I feel like it was too small, so if you didn't catch it right away, like you would just miss it, and you wouldn't get the point of the look.
Interesting. Now I feel like I need to go back and watch it because I missed that. And I get it. I know Australia has a lot of spiders. That's why I don't want to go to Australia because I'm deathly afraid of them. So I get that piece, but I didn't get that. I didn't get this look at all. So I'm sorry. But she looks good. Face wise. So great. All right. And then we have Suki Doll. What did you think?
For me, it's a yes, ma'am. I get the whole like the color scheme does give me like trees in the northern region, like in the fall, like that's kind of what it gave me. I think she looked great. I think she looked beautiful. I wanted something more from her. I guess I was just expecting something more from her, but it's not a bad look. So yes, ma'am.
Gave it a yes, ma'am, as well. I think she looked good. Did this scream Canada so much to me? Not necessarily, but I see the elements is there with the story. But when she spoke about the story in the confessional, I said, okay, now I see it. But did I really get that as soon as she came on the runway? No. But altogether, it's still a really good look because it is put together and it's made well. Like, amazing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
All right. And then last but not least, we have Arizona Brandy. What did you think?
This isn't over for me. I love this. I adore this. I love the huge headpiece. I love how dramatic the shoulders are. I just love how exaggerated this whole look is in every aspect. And she still manages to look beautiful and it doesn't swallow her. But my favorite part of this look was not the outfit. It is what she said as she was coming down the runway. It was, I think it was like, what am I going to do with the pound of vegetables when a bottle of liquor is cheaper or something like that? I died because I was like, bitch, that's me. That's my whole life model right there. I died. I lived for it.
I think this is an absolute over, maybe even a double over. Arizona, you better bitch. This was really good. This was so good. It was something about this coming down the runway. I was like, she understands something. Like
Mm-hmm.
she tapped into something with this look that I was like, this is good. But it's one of those looks when you gotta think about it, it's like it goes beyond what the runway is talking about. And it's like I'm paying homage to what has like I've seen in my life and like, maybe like grandmas and aunties and just that. I was like, yes, this is great. And she looked amazing. That face looked amazing.
Bitch, Arizona knows how to paint.
Like that mug, amazing. And she took the traditional like Filipino dress and she did this with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm like, that is the challenge. Like that's what it's all about. It's this right here. So shout out to Arizona because she got the first You Better Bitch for our Drag Race Philippines, like
And
Slaysian Royale.
I think
So
the
shut up.
first ever double over.
And the first ever double over. She got a double over for me for this look. Like I had to rewind it again and again because I was
I
like,
I
this is
just
good.
I kept rewinding that moment when she said her line. And now that I remember, she's like, "What am I to do with a kilo of vegetables when a bottle of alcohol is more affordable?" Died. Like I had to pause the TV and just like let out all the laughter, and I kept rewinding that moment over and over and over again. I was like, Arizona, you need to be in the finale just for that line alone.
Yes, she does. She really does. But we find out that the winner of episode 1 is Kiana because I think Kiana kind of bodied the whole entire episode. She won
Mm-hmm.
the mini challenge
Mm-hmm.
and she won the maxi challenge. So shout out to her. It was a really great start to the season. And then Kiana, in a spirit of sort of like the normal All Stars, the top two queens, they lip sync for the win and also the opportunity to send one of the bottom queens home. And she chose to send Madame Yoko home only because she felt like Something Wong, who was also in the bottom, was doing the most. And coming from her season, she appreciated doing the most. So she kept Something Wong for that, and she eliminated Madame Yoko because she said, well, I wasn't vibing with her, so I don't know who she is.
I think that's kind of a cop out reason, honestly. But hey, I don't know. At the end of the day, you got to choose someone, and you can't fault the queens for choosing who they choose.
True. It's also the first episode too, right? So it's the first introduction to the queen. So she probably didn't vibe with her, and so
Mm-hmm.
therefore she probably vibed more with Something Wrong, who spoke more, right? Madame Yoko is a little bit more soft spoken, and she didn't really speak that much. So Kiana probably was like, "Well, I don't really know who she is, so it's an easy choice for her."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you got to choose somebody. Somebody got
Yeah.
to go.
At the end of the day,
So
you got, bitch, you signed up for this. You know what you signed up for. You got to send people home. Either you do that or your ass gets sent home.
correct. Yes. So, all right, let's move on to episode 2. So, episode 2 is the girl group challenge. Again, I think this is really funny because Kiana won the mini challenge, and as the winner of the mini challenge, she was able to pick her group, which automatically meant that the other group is already paired up together too. And so Kiana did something super smart. She chose all the Filipino queens.
Mm-hmm. She said this is a race war, baby. No, I'm kidding. But I think that was very intelligent of her because she's worked with these girls before. She knows what they bring to the table. You know, they have connection. She knows that they all perform really well. So from a strategic standpoint, it made a lot of sense, honestly. Even though I know some
It
of the
did.
other girls were kind of salty about it.
They were. I have 100% agree with Kiana for doing this. Yes, did it make good television? Absolutely, because it really was the Philippines versus the world. That's what they did
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
essence. But also, she said that she wanted to be able, the Filipino queens felt more inclined together because they get to speak Tagalog, right? Like they didn't have to try
Mm-hmm.
to, they could all mesh together. And I think honestly, it worked in their advantage because P Nice was great and Slay Mix was a hot ass mess.
Girl. Girl. I felt so bad because, like, P Nice, they fucking dog walked them. I'm sorry. I love those girls in Slay Mix. They're all great and they did the best that they could. But P Nice just like dragged them through the mud with their performance. They were so in sync. They all looked so good. They had good verses. It literally looked like a full girl group. But speaking of girl group, did you see the new girl group coming out of the Philippines?
Absolutely. Of course I did.
Yes, I'm so excited to see what they do. My God.
Philip, it's one thing about the Philippines. Them bitches know how to sing and they know about a girl group and they will rock a challenge together. So we shall see. I can't wait to see what they bring. But there is some drama about this particular challenge. And when we get to the elimination, we're going to talk about it. But for this runway, the runway for this was tech couture. So they could be animalistic, it could be futuristic, it could be whatever it is. It just needed an element of like something different. I would say a little avant garde. It was a little all over the place as far as like a runway theme. Some I thought worked, and some was like, I don't know what the hell is happening. So,
Yeah,
up
I
first,
think it
we
was
have
very hit or miss, honestly.
correct. I agree. Up first, we have Suki Doll. What did you think of Suki Doll's look?
This is an over for me. I love the color of this. I love the lights on it. I wish because the bottom part was kind of like moving or I guess on an engine, on a motor or something. I just wish there was more of that on the dress, but I think she looked beautiful. I think she looked great. This is exactly what I would expect from Suki Doll. I love this.
I gave it a yes, ma'am, only because I just didn't get a lot of like the tech couture part of it. I think it's just mostly couture. It's couture down. Tech, not
Hmm.
so much.
Yes. Okay. I see what you mean. I still give it an over because she just looks insanely good.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing. But I just got more of the couture and not so much the tech. And then we have Arizona Brandy. What did you think of her look?
I think this is a yes, ma'am. I think she looks great. I love the silhouette and the color of this. I love this. I do think it, like you said, kind of with Suki, like the tech part, I was kind of like, but I think she looks great. So yes, ma'am.
Agreed. I gave it a yes, ma'am, as well. Again, this is more couture and not tech couture. And so I just wanted more of the tech, right? More of like that futuristic, animalistic something, right? Like animatronics or something to give me more of like the technology piece. Does it move? Does it do something? I wanted more of that. But altogether, great look.
Definitely.
Then we have Bernie. What did you think?
This is a yes, ma'am. I think she looks beautiful. I think she looks great. I think this is one of the ones that were more successful with the tech aspect of it because you could see like the feathers or the layers or whatever it was that was like obviously like flapping and moving. I think she looked great. She looked so ethereal up there on the stage. I loved it. So yes, ma'am, for sure.
Agreed. It's a yes, ma'am, as well. I think Bernie did well with the tech and the couture. To me, I was like, oh, this is very ethereal. These are moving. Like I can see it
Hmm.
together. And to me, I was like, okay, well, that's what the runway is about. So when Bernie came out, I said, okay, now I understand tech couture because she did it. She did it correctly, in my opinion. And then we have Ivory Glaze. What did you think of Ivory Glaze? Ivory Glaze look.
I think it's cute. I think it was a good look, but comparatively to some of the other girls, I think it wasn't as interesting. I mean, she had obviously the tech moving parts like in the titties and in the hair. It didn't really catch my attention. Like it wasn't the most creative thing. It was black and white. She looked good. She looked great. But I don't know. Again, comparatively to some of the other girls, I think this one just felt a little flatter, but still a good look. So for me, it's a very soft male.
I gave it a meh because I felt like it was very pedestrian. Comparatively to the other queens on the stage, it was just a very safe look to me. It was like, okay, the titties are gonna move around. Okay, great. So let's make the titties move. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, great. All right, we know that that's gonna happen. So I just want a little bit more from Ivory, but still altogether not a bad look. All right, then we have Cyan Pushy. What did you think?
I don't know. I wanted to like this. I think it could have been a little bit better executed. I think I didn't really quite like the shape of the petals that were going on. I don't know. I like the idea of it. I just wish the execution had been better.
I gave it a meh because the flower, like the head opening from the flower, I was like, okay. Seen it before. I get it. She's a lotus. I wanted more. I felt it was really safe for that to be the tech part of it because otherwise I'm like, why are you coming down the runway covering your face? I don't get it. I'm confused.
Very much that. Yeah, it was. I wanted to like it, but it could have been executed a little bit better.
I agree. And then we have Kiana. What did you think?
I like this. For me, it's a yes, ma'am. I like how it's kind of avant-garde. You know, it very much reminded me of kind of like there's a fucking fly in my room and I want to kill it so bad. I don't know how I got in here. But anyway, she looks great. Uh, it kind of reminds me of Alexander McQueen. I love this look. I love this flowers. For me, it's a yes, ma'am.
It's a yes man for me as well. I think she looks very alien. I love that. I saw the tech aspect of it. I saw the couture aspect of it. She's a really different silhouette. It looks really creepy, especially from this screenshot right here. I think that's also great. And I was like, good job.
Definitely.
Okay. Then we have Kitty Space. What did you think?
This is a yes, ma'am for me. That. I appreciate what she went for. I like the way the headpiece like blew up. I think this was very club kid, which I adore. I think she looked great. This is a yes, ma'am for me.
This is also a yes man for me as well because I got the couture and I got the tech aspect of it. It was different. It was futuristic. It was funny. She played with like that club kid kind of avant-garde weirdo like vibe, and I was like, "Good job, Kitty Space. You understand fashion. No problem.
Definitely.
You did great on the runway." And then we have Brigadine. What did you think?
I really did not like this chest piece because it covered her face. I think that was my biggest issue with the look. So for me, it's a meh because I did really enjoy the headpiece. I thought that was great. I love that. But the fact that this moment really covered her face, it just distracted from the whole look for me.
I gave it a soft man for those specific reasons that you said. I agree with you that I felt like the piece right here did cover her face. I think she was very successful with the tech, so that was great. But if she did not have the piece here, I think it would have been an amazing look, and she probably would have got a yes ma'am from me.
Yeah, or if it had just been like, I don't know, maybe tilted a little bit more down or a little bit more to the right so we could see her clearly, I think that would have been great. But just because it covers her face, it's a meh.
Yeah. All right. Then we have Yuha. What did you think?
I mean, we're not gonna beat around the bush. It's a no ma'am. But she did say she was not able to showcase the look that she wanted to. But this is still a no ma'am. Like this girl, I think this is one of the worst looks we've ever seen on the runway. But props to her for at least presenting something when obviously something went wrong at backstage.
Agreed. This is a no ma'am. She said it. She knew that the look was bootleg. She kept saying the look was bootleg. She knew it was. She get it. She had a wardrobe malfunction, and that stuff happens in show business. But she said, you know what? I'm gonna create something together. I'm gonna put something together, and I'm gonna create something to come down the runway. And she did. And so props to your mama for doing that. That's a professional. But yeah, nothing else to say about that look. And then, last but not least, we have Something Wrong. What did you think?
I like the idea of this. I didn't really get Katek at all. Like I think the arms were supposed to move or inflate or something. I didn't really get that, or it wasn't like super successful. But I actually liked the idea. I liked the way it looked, like all these arms wrapped around her, the color, the fabric that was used. It's a very soft man for me, like very soft. Because again, I liked what she was going for. I just wish there was more tech to it.
I give it a meh. I've seen it before. Nothing wowed me. Obviously, multiple hands. We get it. Okay, great. Let's do something different. But did she look great? Yes. So I'm not going to knock the look. I just felt like, as far as like right on the theme, this was like right on the theme. And so sometimes I just want people to think outside the box, be a little creative. That's just my personal opinion. But Something Wrong looked great. Her body looked amazing, though. I can't lie. Like, no shade. I
Definitely.
have to. She ate. That body ate down. All right. So before we get into who was the tops, who was the bottoms,
Girl,
while the
you
what?
forgot one look.
What happened?
You forgot a girl.
I didn't. I was gonna get there.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I was like, before we get to the tops and we get to the bottoms, I was gonna have my whole like speed.
Oh, okay, girl. I don't know that. Okay, go
It's
off.
totally
Go
fine.
off. I'm sorry for
It's so fine
interrupting.
because yeah, because I have to get Venus her full like slide to herself because I thought, okay, this was it was so good.
It was. It was. I was gagged because when she came down the runway, I was like, okay, I get what she's going for. It's cute. Yes, like a fisherwoman, I guess. Like, I got the idea, I got the story. And then this bitch threw the fish on the ground and they started flip flapping everywhere. And I was like, oh my God. I was not expecting that. My jaw literally dropped. I was gagged. I love this look. Venus, like, you're in the top four. Like, that's it. That was amazing. So perfectly executed. I love this. I live for this. I adore this. Over.
Venus, this is a double over, baby.
I
Venus,
think
you better
for me,
bitch.
it's a triple girl.
This is another you better bitch. Like, this is so good. When them fish fell on the floor and she threw them and they started, I was like, yo, this is good.
Yes, yes. How did she think of this? I don't know, but I love this. So perfectly executed. Thank you, Venus, for this love.
Thank you. Yes. All right. So now let's get into the top and the bottom. So we see that the winner of episode 2 is none other than Venus Deluxe.
Obvious.
And the eliminated queen, obviously. And the eliminated queen is Something Wong. Now, before this happened, Mama Pao put all of the queens who was the tops and the bottoms in no shade. Obviously, we know Slay Mix, they were in the bottom, and then P Nice, they were in the top. So Mama Pao asked the queens who gave them most drama or most trouble in the challenge. And so Ivory Glaze and Yuha both said Something Wrong because she kept changing the choreo. Something got really petty and was like, well, if you can't do it, and she chose Yuha. And honestly, I'm all for like the messy drama, but I just felt like something, it was a little harsh towards Yuha. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I just felt like it was really harsh.
Kind of, yes. I think something got very defensive right away, and I think she started getting a little bit personal. But they're in like a pressure cooker, so anything takes them off, and when you have girls coming at you, when you think you help them present something that you thought was good, obviously when they say, oh no, it wasn't good, or they start talking shit about it, you're gonna take it to heart and you're gonna be like, well, fuck you too, bitch. So I get where she was coming from, because I think I would probably react in the same way. But yeah, it definitely did come off a little too aggressive. But I kind of understand why, honestly.
Yeah. And then Mama Pao asked the Filipino queens, and Venus was the only one that was like, honestly, yes, we did well, but if I have to think about the challenge, Bernie, I didn't get Bernie from her lyrics. I got trans power, I got like she's trans, I get that, but I didn't get anything personal from Bernie. And honestly, I didn't see that as a personal attack on Bernie. I just like, okay, Mama Pao asked the question and Venus said, here's my answer.
Yeah, it was literally that, and she told Bernie, and when they were in the back, untucked or whatever, and Bernie was like, "I get it. Like you had to say someone, like no hard feelings, and that's how it should be." She asked the question, stop with the pageant answers, answer the damn question honestly. So I love Venus for that.
Yes. Okay, so now I have to put this in here because one of the critiques that Something got was that she stopped singing for the
Mm-hmm.
actual challenge. And so here, Something says, oh, for everyone acting, we only heard the final version with my ad libs when we performed it on the runway for the first time. We also ran the whole performance twice. And the second time we performed it, I did lip sync my ad lib, but they didn't use it.
That is shady as hell. Yeah, I mean, when I initially watched it, that was the biggest thing that stood out to me. It was like you can hear her vocals, but her lips ain't moving. I was so confused. I was like, girl, you just served these vocals and you're not gonna let them know you just served these vocals. I was so confused. I mean, producers are very shady, and it is what it is. It's Drag Race. It's not the first time we've heard something like this, but I mean, honestly, even without the ad libs, her performance was just not no shade.
Yeah, I mean, I agree it wasn't. I don't think that was shady. I just think it's from the producers. Yes, it was a really shady thing for the producers to do. But I think altogether, their edit plus how Something was being portrayed, I think everything tied together. Did I appreciate something coming out and telling us that she doesn't automatically just stop? It was the fact that like she did it twice and they just chose the one in which she like didn't have the ad libs as the version and then added the backtrack with the ad libs. Yeah. So that we don't think that, oh, she just deliberately like stopped lip syncing. But I thought that was fair. But yeah, she did get the mean girl edit and I was surprised because something wrong
Thank you very
wasn't
much.
a mean girl on her original season. So it was interesting that she got the mean girl here.
It
Weird.
was to me. It wasn't even like Mean Girl. It was given like the edit she got was given more like pouty toddler, like like throwing a tantrum. Like that's kind of edit I got for. So I guess yes, you could say Mean Girl. But yeah, that's not what I would have expected for something. But love her. Yeah, she's still really funny. I love her. And I think I want to see more from her still.
Same. Okay. So let's move on to episode 3. So now episode 3 was a design challenge. And so the queens were challenged with creating looks from cacao leaves. So each of them was able to pick their own color, but based on the
Wow,
order in which they
not
got
one of them.
eliminated and well, yes, except for one. And based on the order in which they got to pick their colors was based on their how long they stayed in the mini challenge game. I forgot what the name of the game is called, but it was like something up here and they had to touch the
Booby,
breast and then something here.
Bubby,
I was like
Booby,
booby. It was booby.
Booby
It was
Nap, no,
something
Booby
booby,
Kappa,
booby,
Booby Kepa, Booby Napa,
something like that. But it
Booby
was one of
Kepa,
those
Booby
things.
Napa, something like that. Bitch,
Cap,
I was trying to play
booby, cap,
along.
booby,
That shit is hard.
booby,
Yes, yes,
booby,
yes, yes.
cap. Yes, that's it. All right. So it's booby,
I tried to play
booby,
along,
cap.
and I could not keep up. I could
Same.
not. I was like, ooh.
It was no. Yes, I would have been eliminated early. I
I
get
was
cut
very
out.
much like you are. I was like, ooh, Booby, Cap, what's going on?
Yeah, so cap, booby, and then she changed it and was like, "Oh, cap is up here, and then boobies on the bottom." That got people like crazy. But all in
Listen,
all,
my
Brigadine
three
was the
brain
one who
cells were
won.
working overtime trying to keep up.
Yes, but Brigadine won the mini challenge, and she was able to pick first. And then the order in which they got to pick their colors was based on when they got eliminated. Suki Doll was the first one out, so unfortunately, that meant she was not able to pick the color.
No, no. Suki Doll was not the first one out. It was, remember,
Suki Doll was the first. Suki Doll was
no,
eliminated first.
no, it was Yua.
No,
The reason Suki Doll couldn't choose was because Mama Pao gave Brigidine the choice. Like she told her to give a
to
disadvantage.
sabotage someone else.
Yeah, that, and she chose
Yes,
Suki Doll,
yes,
which was really smart because
yes.
like obviously, duh. And the sabotage was like they didn't get to choose their color. They just ended up with whatever they got, with whatever nobody wanted. That's why she picked
You're
last.
absolutely right. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes. I was like, no, I thought she got, yes, you're absolutely right. She was able to sabotage Suki, which was the perfect choice. Brigadine was very smart for that because Suki is a designer. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
smart.
Mm-hmm.
So smart. All right, so let's get into these looks. What did you think of Kitty Space?
This is a yes, ma'am. I like the ring that went around her. I like the way it connected to her hair, like in her body. Like I thought that was very smart. It's paying attention to the details. Not a huge fan of the white gloves. And I wasn't for me, what the only thing that really bothered me about this look was the peplum area was kind of unbalanced and uneven. So that kind of bothered me, and that's kind of what my eyes instantly went to when she came down the runway. But besides that, I thought she looked great, and I love this color on her.
Tag. Now that you said it, I went directly to the peplum and I see that it's uneven. And so now I have to bring my score down. So it now is bothering me.
That's the only
So
thing I could
now,
see when she was coming down. I was like, "Ooh, girl."
yeah, it's going from a yes ma'am to a soft ma'am because of the uneven peplum. I gave her credit for the white gloves, even though I hate the white gloves. So she still was going to get a yes ma'am for the white gloves. But now that she has the white gloves and the uneven peplum, it's pissing me off. So she gets a soft ma'am.
I'm sorry, Kitty. I'm sorry. I did not mean to point that out for you to get a worse score. My bad, girl.
Thanks. Okay, then what did you think of Brigadine?
I love this. I fucking love this. Honestly, this reminded me, like, this to me gives me, like, witch being burned at the stake, and I mean that in the best way possible. She looks so beautiful. She looks great. She looks like a phoenix. like that's fully flying on fire. I loved everything about this. I don't understand how she wasn't in the top for this look. I think that was bullshit. But I love this. Absolute over for me.
This is an over. Bricky Dean looked amazing. And the fact that she made this book cacao leaves, girl,
First of all, the fact that
this,
any of these girls made any of these with cacao leaves was insane, honestly.
bitch, this is a good look. I was like, damn. And yes, I'm with you on the fact that she wasn't in the top for this. I was like, sure. That's a
Right? I was
choice,
confused when they said
but
safe. I
okay.
was like, safe? What?
Safe. Yep. I know. Okay. Then we get to Siam Pushi. What did you think?
No, ma'am. Next.
Same. This was a no ma'am. I don't even want to talk about it. And then we have Kiana with a K. What did
Girl,
you
those
think?
titties are traumatizing me.
So much that
Kiana,
Pangina dragged
dra-
Siam, like dragged her.
I love that moment because you just see Mama Pa in the background, like, ooh, I thought I was mean. No, she dragged her. She was like, first of all, the titties don't match your skin color. And then what is it? The tongue makes it looks like a diaper. I was gagged, but that's her for you. That's how she does it, and she knew that. Siam, when she was announced as the guest judge, she looked terrified. She was like, "Fuck, I thought I got rid of her." But yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, Kiana.
yeah.
Kiana
What
was
did
a
you
yes,
think?
ma'am. I think she looked really cute. I love this color on her. I think she looks great. I love the way it flows, like that yellow, like sash. I don't even know what to call that, but like that moment along the waistline. I love the way that flows on her body. And I love how it looks like it's two different tones of yellow. I'm not sure how she achieved that, but I love that.
I gave Kiana a soft ma'am because for some reason I feel like the top is really intricate and the bottom just feels like an afterthought. I don't know. Maybe that's the way that she wanted it to be, but I feel like it's a disconnect between the top and the bottom. I just feel like the top is so great and the bottom is like a throwaway.
I can see that. I still, no, I think the bottom was more intricate than the top.
Mm-mm. No, because you see
Mm.
that hip area, I feel like it's just a cluster of like cacao leaves.
Well, I mean, it's all a cluster of cacao leaves, girl. No, but
True,
for
but
me, that's what
it just feels like it's just
that. But that's what this top part feels like for me. Like she just stuck the leaves on.
okay. Either way, it's not a bad look.
Yeah, it's not.
It just,
This
it's okay.
color's amazing
No,
on her.
it is. Yellow's great. What did we think of Bernie?
Miss Burney, this is a meh. The shape I think was kind of weird. I don't think it suited her body very well. It kind of swallowed her up. She has a beautiful body, and I don't think she really got a chance to show it off the way she usually does. I think it was very ill fitting at the bottom. Actually, no, this is no, ma'am. I'm sorry, Bernie. I love you, girl, but no, ma'am.
I gave this a no ma'am too because it was very ill fitting. If it fit
That
correctly, I think it
bottom,
would be a yes ma'am. But the bottom was dragging and it was bad.
yeah.
I'm like
Bernie, please
I'm
get it
like Bernie.
together. I don't want to see you go home.
I know. All right, then we have Ivory Glaze. What did you think?
This looks like the Sheen version of Wednesday. I don't know. It's just I get what she was trying to do. I think it needed a lot more cacao leaves to achieve that look. The top was very uneven, like like one shoulder was higher than the other. It was very poorly put together. I appreciate the idea that she was trying to go for, and I think had she been able to execute this properly with those long ass legs that she has, she would have looked amazing, and it would have maybe even been an over. But overall, like ultimately, this is a no, ma'am. And I feel so bad because
Yeah,
she genuinely wanted this.
yeah, she
I was
did. But
She
this is
made
a
me
no
cry.
ma'am. She make me cry. And
Well, I'm
that's
a
a
Cancer bitch,
stretch.
I'm emotional.
Yeah, that's a leap. But did she really want this? Yeah, but that's a leap. That's a long stretch talking about she made you listen, no shade. But loved Ivory Glaze, love her, but this look was a no ma'am. All right. Then we have Yuha. What did you think?
Girl, what the hell is this? It literally looks like she just put some glue on herself and just rolled around in the cacao leaves and called it a day. This is just no man for me. I think there's no shape to this at all. She gets completely lost in it. I don't like the styling that she chose to go with it. Um, yeah, it's just no.
Same. This is a no ma'am. I expected more from Yuha because she knows how to design, she knows how to sew, but this is I don't know what's wrong with her. This was a mess. This was a hot ass mess. It was bad.
Yeah, sorry you.
And then we have Suki Doll. What did you think?
It's a yes, ma'am. I think it was very well done. I like that she incorporated the gold into it, and it wasn't just on the fabric or on the dress. Like it was from head to toe. The bitch incorporated gold into it, and I was really excited because when they were doing their makeup, I saw that she had like the gold flakes on her neck and her face. I was like, this bitch is about to eat, and she did. Like it looks really good. I was just hoping for maybe something a bit grander from her, but this was amazing nonetheless. So yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I give this a yes, ma'am. It was almost an over. I feel like if she had like more fabric, if it was maybe like a dress or something, or maybe longer, maybe like a longer train or something else, I just feel like I wanted a little bit more. She probably would have got an over for me. But altogether, this is an amazing look, especially from the queen that did not get to pick her own fabric color. This was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, then I'm gonna move this slow because I gotta soak it all in. Can we talk about Venus Deluxe?
Girl. First of all, when she turned, like when she came down to run, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like this is art. This is insane. Like first of all, how did she do this with the same amount of cacao leaves that some of the girls did their looks? I was like flabbergasted. But then she did that reveal, which we knew was coming. Like we saw it, like when they were doing their walkthroughs. Like she showed the face, but then we got to see the full face with the hair and all the detailing. I had to pause the TV just to stare at it. Like I was gagged. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is one of the best things we've ever seen on any runway of any franchise of Drag Race. Like Venus, you've done it yet again.
This is art. This is
Yeah.
not even a design. This is art. Venus, this is an absolute over. This is the best design. This is the best look that we've ever had on any season of Drag Race. This beats Nymphia's tie look.
Yes, yes, because of the materials that were used. Yes, I think we need to name a new ranking after her because this is insane.
I
I don't
agree.
know how anyone's gonna ever beat this.
Yes. No. This is amazing.
Yes,
Pangina had no notes. Pangina
literally.
was like, "You bitch."
That was literally what she said. You bitch. I think that's what everyone's reactions was. Like, how dare you? How dare you present that to us? Because we're never gonna see anything this good again. Like, this is amazing.
From every angle, it was amazing.
Yeah, everything.
Every angle, this was great.
Any detail you zoom in on was so perfectly crafted. Like if you zoom into like the flower on her hip or the layering of the leaves on the tail of the dress, the way they were, going up the side of her neck, the fan, again, obviously the face, everything was so well done, so perfectly executed. Do not have enough positive words for this outfit.
Same. And then, last but not least, we have Arizona Brandy. What did you think?
You shady bitch, how dare you put this after Venus? Didn't you put them on the same slide, girl? It was a meh. I think I like the color on her. I appreciate what she tried to do by making them look like feathers, but ultimately it looked like she just put them through a paper shredder. And then I hated how ill-fitting it was at the waist. So actually, no, ma'am. Sorry, girl.
Honestly, I gave this a meh. I didn't think it was a no, ma'am. I think altogether she looks really great. Would I have wanted more of the cacao leaves? Yes, but I think coming from her original season to what she did on this it's
Well, girl,
leaps and
that
bounds above what she did.
that
So
look on her original season. Ooh, we don't talk about that one.
yeah, but I think altogether she looks good, and that face, amazing.
Absolutely.
So she gets points for that. So it's a meh. All right. So these four looks here were leaps and bounds above the rest of the queens in
Hmm.
terms of like what they designed in that room.
Yes, yes. Just the design, the execution, the creativity. Yes, absolutely. Like they ate.
It
They
is
ate up.
also yes, they all actually did. And this is also some of the best looks that we've seen on a design challenge so far in a drag race competition.
Absolutely. So this is one of my favorite design challenges of all time so far, which is crazy because there's been so many for multiple reasons. One, like you said, these girls who executed it so well, and these looks are so memorable, and they're gonna go down in like the Drag Race Hall of Fame as some of the best looks we've ever seen created in the workroom. But also the idea behind it of taking something that would typically be trash and turning it into treasure, something that is very abundant but typically doesn't get used. I kind of love that idea of that. I don't know. This whole challenge for me was very heartwarming in a way. I don't know. I loved it. I loved everything about it, honestly. And I think we should have more challenges like these on different franchises.
I couldn't say it better myself. But I wanted to give them a slide that say yes, right? Like I appreciated all four of these looks because I think the craftsmanship that went into all four of these looks, they all like if we can give them all a win, they were all great.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, imagine a four-way lip sync.
God, it would have been so great. In the best way, like a 4-way lip sync for the win. It would have
Yeah,
been really great.
yes, that.
Like, but at the end, we see that the winner of episode 3 is none other than the fabulous Venus Deluxe, which
I
I
mean,
have to
hello.
say, no shade to Kitty Space, but Venus ate that lip sync down. There was no crumbs left.
Venus, like Venus is coming for those girls, and I said that in our cast wish list for Slaysian Royale. I was like, if Miss Venus gets on, she's gonna come for those girls, and she is. She is serving these girls up, and I'm living for it. I I want all of them to win. But right now, at this very moment in life, I really want Venus to win.
Well, Venus won 2 challenges in a row. And so she technically is the front runner of the season so far. She devoured Kitty Space and that lip sync to Panjana's song. Mind you, it was so funny because Brigadine was like, Kitty, poor thing, but that's my sister, and she's gonna do everything that she is to win. And I was like, she is.
Oh yeah, that was really funny actually. I forgot about that. But yeah, Miss Kitty girl.
Right. And
Yeah,
then
but I
Ivory
mean,
was
she
like,
tried.
Kitty,
She tried.
yay. Kitty didn't know the words.
But also, yeah, that was really funny when Ivory was like, "I want to root for her and I want her to win, but she don't know the words."
Yay. And she's like, yay, Kitty, but she doesn't know the words.
I died.
Yeah. Yes, but nothing beats Brigadine saying, Kitty, that's my sister, and she's gonna do everything that she can to win, and she's taking it. Sorry. And like that was great. But we see in the end, Ivory Glaze is unfortunately eliminated.
It was so sad. It really did make me cry. Like I could see how much she wanted it, and then she started talking about her mother, and it just tugged at my like heart, and I'm actually kind of tearing up right now, just kind of rethinking it. I need her. I need somebody to give her another chance.
Well, hey, there's Drown Under versus the World.
I just realized that Michelle cast her.
Ivory Glaze can come back on Down
Mm-hmm.
Under versus the World. So shout out to that. But there you guys have it. That was our recap of Drag Race Philippines Slaysian Royale episodes 1, 2, and 3. So we saw Madame Yoko go, we saw Something Juan go, and then we saw Ivory Glaze. She got the boots. So who's the next queen going? Is it going to stay with the international queens going every single episode? Or is a Filipina queen going to be getting the boot soon? Who knows? Drop in the comments. But as always, if you like, comment, and subscribe to this episode so you never miss it. Hit that. I gotta do that over again. No idea what the fuck I just said a few minutes ago. I don't know what the fuck I said. I had like a stroke.
Girl, I
I
was
don't know
about
what
to
the
say, girl,
fuck I
raise your
said,
arms.
guys.
Let me see you raise those arms. Like,
What the fuck just happened a few minutes ago? Oh my god, I'm gonna, okay.
you had a me moment.
Guys, fuck, I don't know what the fuck I just said. I'm gonna put all of that together, and that's gonna be an amazing blooper reel because
No,
I
you need
really
to keep
have a
that in
blooper
the
reel.
episode.
Okay, we'll see how I like it. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Ma'am. And until next time, friends,